The Lego Super Mario love doesn't stop here as I go into Toad's Treasure Hunt. It's set number 71368, has 464 pieces and retails for $70 in the US. My name is Brian Saviano, BricksOBrian. So this has a lot of stuff going on here. All right, I liked this set as soon as I got it out of the box and saw what it was all about. I didn't know it was a thing, and it's really cool, but I feel a certain kind of way about it. So let me show you what's going on here, all right? The main draw is Toad and Toadette. Obviously, the way that they built these characters and have them interact with Mario is really cool. So you get Toad, Toadette, Goomba, and two Cheep Cheep. I very frequently confuse Cheep Cheep and Blooper, so I'm going to subconsciously say that a couple of times, and I'm already sorry, but it's going to happen. So there's a lot of different platforms here to work with. There's this play feature here, and it's Toad's Treasure Hunt because there's treasure hidden throughout the level. So as you start here, the idea is you go over through this way. This platform you have seen a bunch of times in the other Lego Super Mario sets. Nothing new over here. Same thing over here. You know, nothing new in terms of spinning this around. You can gain a bunch of coins this way. Both of the methods over here, very good ways of getting coins for your level. Spin them all around like that. And then, as you go through the level, you see these boxes right here. So these boxes, as I accidentally rip off the white portion that's supposed to, or it's supposed to be there. Oops. That's a poor example. Let's go over here. Yeah, number 3. Number 1, and stay right there. Number 1, we're not dealing with you yet. So that's box number 3. So this does not appear in any Lego Super Mario, or rather in any Mario level necessarily, but you have that right there. And if you interact Mario with it, you're supposed to get them all in order, and that's actually how you're going to get the most coins out of them. So make sure you put them throughout your level accordingly. You can get like an additional 12 to 20 coins. I forget the exact amount. But what you do with this level specifically is you have 1 right there. 2 is right over toward this way in the chest right there. And then 3 is hidden in the tree. So let me show you these guys over here. So this functions like the Mario's house in Yoshi, where you interact with Yoshi, and Mario just goes up to Toad and he's like, hello. There's no specific dialogue for Toad or Toadette. You don't get Toad being like, hello, or, well, that was really bad. Or Toadette being like, oh yeah, like nothing like that, unfortunately. But the way that Toad and Toadette, well, I just ripped off Toad's legs. Can't rip them off. Toad is nothing without his legs. Toadette came off there totally just fine. So there's Toad. That's how you look at him. Now, he's built similarly to the mushroom, as you might have seen in some of the other sets here. So same sort of head build. I'll crack his skull open, which is a very violent way for me to say that, but you get the idea. He has gray inside of there, and it's an angled system there to give the Toad hat. It's a hat. That angle. So that's what that is all about there. And the printing on Toad's face is great. And on the torso as well, that's a blue 2x2 cylinder. So that's pretty cool. No printing on the back, but those arms do come out. And they're like these Technic arms. You can't really see it. Yeah, it's not going to focus. It's such a small piece. But they plug into the side of there, so that's pretty cool. Toadette is a bit different in terms of that. So she obviously looks like this. Cool to get this piece in pink. Pretty in pink as always. You have the pigtails, as you see in the back there, and printing on the torso. They are not gender exclusive in terms of the face printing, so there's no eyelashes on Toadette or anything, so you could totally swap out the facial expressions and have Toadette be a bit more smiley, and then, you know, Toadette, whatever. So you can do whatever you want there. The build for the back of Toadette is kind of low-key creepy. It looks like that. So if you don't have the pigtails on like that, it looks a little weird, but, you know, it gets the point across there. So same sort of play functionality there. In terms of the piece that you actually interact with, it is it different? Well, the color of the tile is different. Let me take a look here. I never actually look at this stuff. I just take it for what it is. It is a different sticker. So I'm assuming it for Yoshi it's different as well. So that way you can interact with each of the different characters in their own way. So although they have the same expression, that's the piece right there. This is obviously for Toadette because it's in pink. So let me shimmy this around and show you the back of that there. That is pink. It's this is a weird angle. But yeah, that's pink. And then Toad is in blue. So yeah, no unique dialogue, which is a little disappointing. I wish there was like a hello or whatever, just to give it a little more spice, especially for Yoshi. They could have done something as well, but it's the same sort of idea with both of those, I suppose. So you have Toadette over here. Obviously, there's a sign. In terms of other printed things, the Cheep Cheep, I said it correctly. Look at that. It is just a regular Cheep Cheep. He's got wings, but yeah, it's fine. Has printing on his eyes right there, so that's pretty cool. Whenever you're printing on red, you see the red through the eyes ever so slightly. You see it in real life. Well, that's not too bad there. But yeah, you can get that. You can obviously detach it from this, bit right there. But the idea is that it functions similarly to how the Swooper interact with King Boo in the King Boo's Haunted Yard. So if you go on top of here, you do that. So you can see it like there's like a splashing sound when you're using the Cheep Cheep with Mario. So that's interesting. The back of the Cheep Cheep does have a unique little bit right there. So you can tell that it's pretty different overall. So that's cool. Once you get through here, you go to the chest. And then there's number 2 lurking inside of there. You get a Goomba inside of here, which the Goomba is not unique in any way, shape, or form. You've seen him in a bunch of sets, built the exact same way as a bunch of the other sets. So he's just chilling on top of there. And there's number 3 right on top of the tree. And this tree does come apart in the middle very easily. So if you wanted to just chop this tree down, lumberjack it over there, and then have that, Mario stand on top of there, you could totally do that. And I haven't even talked about these Toad houses over here. The Toad houses are really cool. You could get a bunch of these and make a giant Toad town. Mario, don't fall. It's fine. You could get a giant Toad town if you wanted to. So this is a yellow one here. This is like a taller yellow Toad house. There's nothing in the back here. It's definitely a facade. So that's a lot of Lego builds there. They're all facades. I don't like it. I want there to be more structures that are complete homes and things. I don't like facades, but that's just me. You have the mini purple mushroom. Oh, that just the whole thing just shifted right apart here. There we go. Got to make sure everything's connected. It's a Lego, right? You got to make sure. I mean, unless you want to smash it. But there's the purple house right there. Looks pretty nice. I love that lavender color. It's great. Not printed or anything. It's all typical pieces, so you could make something similar to that with your own pieces if you wanted to. And obviously, the main Toad hut is over here. This one is significantly bigger than any of the other Toad huts and has much bigger, UFO type pieces for over here, making it as smooth as it could possibly be. So there's the back of it right over there. You could kind of swap out the colors if you wanted to, but the red mushroom hut is obviously going to be the most prominent because red mushrooms, and yeah. So there's that. The issue with this set, ladies, gentlemen, guys, girls, whoever's watching from whatever corner of the internet, is that it's 464 pieces for $70. You get a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily know if it's $70 worth of stuff. Toad and Toadette are the draw by far, and like the concept of having the the treasure here is really cool. And what I like about it is that this is an entire level concept in itself. So instead of needing to have a bunch of other things in addition to this, you could really, between the starter course and this right here, deck out your entire level and have something really cool. So you get plenty of pieces there. So if you think that having Toad and Toadette is worth it for you and you really want to have the treasure hunt aspect here, these different boxes that are chilling out everywhere. I don't know where that white piece went for the bottom. Is this supposed to be a white piece on the very bottom? But oh well. If you don't mind, shelling out a little bit more money for that and having that be the entire level concept, that's cool. but for what it is compared to some of the other sets that are out there, this wouldn't be one of the first ones. I mean, I'd get all of it day one, but like this is not one of the ones I would get maybe day one. Otherwise, I would maybe wait on this, get it in addition to a $20 set or wait for a promotion or something. But I like the concept of the level and what it has to offer. If this were $10 cheaper, it'd be much more of an instantaneous buy. There's not even a lot of specifically molded pieces in here. There's bigger pieces here, you know, but typically when a set is a higher price with less pieces, there are more unique molds or there are larger molds in there. I don't see that here, but in terms of surface area of stuff, this does work. So it's a bit of a gray area, I guess, but Toad and Toadette, come on. You want it for Toad and Toadette, all right? So hopefully you enjoyed this Lego Super Mario review. There is still more to come with all these reviews. I hope you have a fantastic day and play with Mario yourself, or just sleep in all day and do whatever you want, all right? It's your life. Live it how you want to. Get out there, build something, and have a good one. Bye.